Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is LarryWBrooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and The Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020. Pure Hustle. It's not only a clothing brand, but it's a movement. I personally invite you to take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. I urge you to follow me on social media at Prime Real Estate Ric. Take some time and go to Facebook and Instagram and follow me at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, please visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week. My co-host is not only a world-renowned Texas real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, known in the Central Time Zone as well as the Pacific and Eastern Time Zone as the Texas Real Estate King. Man, I want to thank him so much for holding it down with us this Thursday.
Hey.
Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What to do, my dude?
What can I say, man? I'm liking that. I like that.
You like the 2021 applause, man?
2021 applause. It just make you feel a little extra special.
Hey, man, look, it's good to be with you this week, man. The weather outside is delightful.
It is.
How's your week been, man? What's been going on in 2021 for the Texas Real Estate King?
Hey, well, for me, January is one of the busiest months. We got W-9s we got to get out to the agents. We got yesterday I hosted an event for the agents where I talked about social media marketing and how to use that, and it just kind of ties into today's guest, man. I'm excited to have him here, and for me personally, it's just been another week, just going through the flow.
The good thing about January of any year is that it's the year of ambition.
Yep.
It's when everyone is setting their New Year's goals, they have New Year's resolutions, and that's why I was really excited when we were able to book this week's guest, because I'm sure there are quite a few of our viewers who are transitioning in 2021 from what they were doing professionally in 2020.
No doubt about it.
And for all those new and aspiring entrepreneurs, real estate professionals, real estate investors, one of the most important lessons they'll learn is how to best allocate their time and best allocate their resources.
No doubt about it.
So without any further ado, I want to introduce this week's guest because this gentleman is an expert on both.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce this week's guest. Not only is our guest a multi-time author, he's a real estate entrepreneur, but most importantly, he is one of the foremost marketing coaches that you'll find here in the greater Houston area. I want to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network audience our guest, and I want to thank him for sitting in with us this week, Mr. Donovan Boyd Sr. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I was waiting for the little applause.
You like that?
Yeah. That's the 2021, brother, man.
I like that.
Wait. See, y'all might know this audience. Mr. Boyd is wearing his Cleveland Cavaliers hat, and I would be remiss
Oh, my goodness.
if I didn't show in big love to the Browns backers worldwide, man. Cleveland Browns still in it. Finally, after 20 years, we back. I want to give a big, huge shout-out to all my family in Ohio.
Shout out to the Browns.
And look, and I want to give a personal shout-out to my close personal Houston partners that I know root for the Browns with me. So, Jeff Hudak in Dallas, we back. Hey, Joe Henderson on the north side, we back.
This
Hey,
guy.
Kevin Owens, Snoop, we back. So now, let's get down to business.
Now
What it
look,
do, Larry,
look,
man?
hold
What's
on.
happening, baby?
I'm distracted because you're right. When I looked up and I saw that Cleveland was beating Pittsburgh the other night,
my God.
in my mind I thought about you, Donovan, and I thought about this Rick guy. I'm like, hold on, I know.
I pulled up to the backer club one day and ran into Rick in there. I said, look here, man.
Yeah.
This
Hey, that boy know I'm
real.
hardcore in. He see me in there with the boys, my head down. I say, look, man, it's the Browns backer club, so it's good, man, to have.
Wait a minute, y'all have a whole club for this thing?
Man, we got two
Yeah.
clubs in
Come
H-Town,
to
man.
the
Stop
club,
this, man.
man.
Stop playing with me.
What's going on?
You know what I'm going
let's
to tell
go.
you, though? That's what makes this episode so special because to see somebody like Donovan, who's not only a real estate investor but an entrepreneur from the same part of Ohio where I'm from, to see someone make that same transition to the greater Houston area and also flourish professionally, it does something for me on the inside because a lot of times on this path of entrepreneurship, you feel like you're the only person making certain moves. So to have somebody else from the 216 out here for me is always a good
y'all got
thing.
area codes too?
Oh, this boy crazy.
Let me stop. I'm getting y'all a tough time.
No,
Oh,
wait,
y'all got streets out there.
y'all got streets out there now.
Y'all got streets.
I'm giving y'all a tough time, but man, I've had some of my greatest moments hanging out in Cleveland, man.
Yeah, okay.
So, no doubt
No,
about
but seriously, Donovan, because a marketing coach and an author and an entrepreneur and an investor, it seems like you're wearing quite a few hats. But one of the things that knowing you and researching you that I feel like is one of your strengths is how you allocate your time and your resources. So that just brings us to the subject matter behind your first book that we have displayed here. Could you talk to our audience a little bit about this book that we are showing? What motivated you to write it, and what is it that real estate professionals and other entrepreneurs can take from this book?
So I released my first book, The Brand Playbook, in 2016. So at that point, I just received my MBA. My professional career as a marketing professional was taking off. I worked in the casino industry, so but I started getting into the consulting world and start working on my own brand. Right.
Right.
I've been behind. I was behind the scenes for a long time, behind other people's brands. You talked about music. I used to have a music management company as well. So what I seen as I started to consult, one of the biggest things that people had an issue with is their marketing dollars, right?
Right.
So people they want it, right? And they understand the importance of it, but a lot of people don't want to pay for it, right?
Right.
So this is, at this time you're thinking about social media. Social media is here. It's been around, but at that time, 2014, 15, Instagram wasn't that popular, and you wasn't talking about running a lot of Facebook or marketing ads. So when you're thinking about advertising dollars, people didn't want to invest in their brands, right? So people always would come to me, okay, they'll get the strategies, but they didn't really want to go through with a lot of things, right? So I'm saying, how do I leave my mark on this industry, right? So going to a lot of conferences, and I'm going to Steve Harvey's conference. So many conferences I'm going around the country, just establishing myself as a marketing coach, building my brand. I noticed that if I'm getting to speak at a conference or if I'm getting on a panel or networking, right, I was missing the mark because after the end, when I'm watching somebody lead a session, they got a book at the end, right? Yep. They got a long line at their table, right? They have merchandise and product, right? And I was like, man, I don't have that, right? So then I said, so what can my contribution be? So when I'm working with these different entrepreneurs or small business owners, I feel like I can't touch everybody. So how do I contribute to my industry? How do I help the young entrepreneur? And that's when I came up with the Brand Playbook. So it's basically 10 fundamental things that I feel like all entrepreneurs, anybody that's starting a brand or a business, they need to know to officially and successfully launch their business.
No, because the information that is in your book is so invaluable that I urge everyone to take a look at going out of your way to get this particular book. But let's give them a sneak peek of what they may find in the book. For those people who come to you for your consulting services.
Correct.
Who are a brand new entrepreneur, just got their first DBA, thinking about LLC, and from a brand standpoint, what is it that you would urge all new entrepreneurs to think about first?
Correct. So the first thing that I've always taught is brand before marketing.
Exactly.
To the extent, we had a course and everything about it. But the biggest thing I feel is brand before marketing, right? So a lot of times you might hear people put the cart before the horse, or
Exactly.
Like what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in my perspective, in my professional opinion, is brand before marketing, right? So your brand is basically that experience that somebody has when they, come in contact with your brand,
Right.
come in contact with your business. And depending on the type of business, if you have a brick and mortar, what does it feel like when somebody walks through the door? What does it feel like when somebody picks up the phone and calls your business? What does it feel like when they go on your website? What does it feel like when they come in contact in any facet of your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Marketing is, once I've established the business, now going and telling people about the business and getting them to come through the door. So
Right.
that is the difference, and that's where people get things misconstrued and why the terms get interchanged, but they're two different things.
No, what makes what you're saying so important is because how often have you found someone come to you after they've already invested dollars in marketing, and their complaint is that they're not getting the ROI, the return on investment, and that just speaks towards what you're saying. They didn't have an opportunity to establish their brand before they spent money on the marketing, thus the funnel wasn't set up and they couldn't get the return that they were expecting.
Yeah, and then a lot of things, a lot of things you're talking about, some things is just fancy stuff too, right? So I started studying marketing in 2005, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing this for 16 years.
Wow.
So, some people, why social media, you have to, some things are just foundational things, right?
Mhm.
So, I always ask people, hey, if the social media crashes tomorrow, where's the business?
Right.
If the you know what I'm saying? So everything, social media is a tool, right?
Right.
It's a touch point, right? So at the end of the day, the brand is so important because we see the fluff, right? We see the social media, we see the glitz and glamour, but a lot of people don't want to do that groundwork, right? A lot of people don't want to understand what it takes not foundationally, right? So if you lay the foundation, then the foundation is going to be solid, right?
Yep.
Then you can build everything else around that. And once the foundation is solid, just like in real estate, right? First thing we going to check is the foundation.
Yeah.
Right.
If the foundation shot, we don't want to deal with it.
No, it was so interesting that, and I want to ask Larry this question because Larry, being one of the foremost real estate marketers in this area, especially in the state of Texas, what would your marketing career have been like if you would have had consultancy at the beginning?
Oh yeah.
Because you were doing so many things at the time, because of course I've known you throughout the entire process that we thought would work.
Yeah.
But we didn't have anyone with formal training and MBA to sit you down. How would you have benefited from something like that at the beginning of your career?
Well, here's the thing that stands out is when you really understand the difference between building the brand and the marketing aspect of it, because that's a big deal, right? You got to have the brand before you even you got to have the marketing before you bring in a lot of the brand activity stuff. So what Donovan is saying is right on. Like if I had that coming in as a new realtor and actually had my steps in place, because I'm out here winging it. I'm like, okay, you said you did what? Oh, you said you did what? And I'm trying to do everything all at one time before even establishing this is why you should work with Larry Brooks. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think that if he had those steps, or if I had access to him at the time 20 years ago when I got in the industry, I'd be much further along than I am now. And I'm in a great place, people. Let me just let y'all know.
Now, Donovan, because our audience may not necessarily be as familiar with your work as I am, could you just go over some of your companies and some of the companies that you've established over time and some of the areas that you flourished in?
Long resume, but right now, my main company, my main function that I establish or I work with or focus on is the Boyd Group. The Boyd Group is a marketing and branding management company. We've ventured off into real estate as well, a function in real estate. But just back home in Cleveland, I kind of established my brand just working with a lot of small businesses, different, personalities, influencers. And that's just really what I've been focused on. I kind of focus heavy on event marketing.
Yes.
And putting events together and bringing clients or bringing customers to the client, but experiencing their brands in different ways, versus just the traditional, whether it's advertisement or things of that nature. How do we take event marketing? How do we, that's how I really established myself, and I took those principles when I became an author. I did my own book tours. I did, I put my own events together. I created my own platform. So I never, when it came to marketing, I created a platform called Brandy and Branding. When it came to being an author, I created a platform called Authors and Answers. When it came to wanting to get my, get things out there, we created a podcast, the Pint Size Podcast, right? So what I've learned, I've been able to shift. I really haven't the digital marketing aspect is cool, but I'm more of a traditional hands-on, touch the people type person. And I think that with those the biggest thing is, instead of waiting for people or waiting for opportunities, you can create the opportunities yourself.
Right. The thing that I most respect about your consulting company is that there are quite a few professionals that can tell you what you're not doing right, what you should be doing, but very few have a process in place to get you from start to finish. And when we come back from our break, I want to talk to you about another book that you wrote about clock management for entrepreneurs and professionals, because I want to make sure everyone who sees this interview has an idea that not only can you consult with them as far as marketing, branding, consistent message, but then you can also help them to develop a schedule.
Correct. To
actually implement the tools that you give them. And I think that's what's the game changer as far as everything that you're able to provide from a services standpoint. So everyone, I want to thank you for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
This is Rick Davis, realtor and host of the Prime Real Estate Network. Are you currently leasing or looking to relocate to the Houston area and you find yourself falling in love with the home but aren't quite in a position to purchase? Well, no worries. We offer the Right to Purchase program. We can place you in the home of your dreams at current market rental rates and give you up to 3 years to buy. Did you know that a majority of the homes that are for sale offer better quality than those that are for rent? So why wait? Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Let me and my team help you purchase a home that you and your family can fall in love with. Give me a call today at 832-928-3963. And remember to follow the Prime Real Estate Network podcast on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Be blessed.
Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, you can follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential commercial real estate, please visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. As always, holding it down with me on the ones and twos is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. How you doing, my dude?
Hey man, I'm doing wonderful, man. Grabbing these nuggets. I'm a seasoned vet, but I'm gonna be timing in. Y'all got competition out there. I'm taking some of these marketing tips and these gems that my man dropping on y'all today, and I'm gonna get back out there. And y'all don't want this beast back in the market. I just need to know that.
But before we get back to it, man, please explain to everybody how they can interact with us and donate to our Patreon page.
By all means. So right now, we would love for you, our Facebook friends and other people that are following us on social media, please go to our YouTube page. If you search Prime Real Estate Network, it'll pop up. Please like and subscribe. We also have a Patreon page. We want to be able to bring on more guests, and then when we bring those guests on, we want to be able to leave them with a blessing for coming on and sharing their knowledge and sharing their gems with you all as well. So as we try to build out the platform to get there, we need your assistance. So by all means, if you could, again, go to our YouTube page, follow the Prime Real Estate Network, as well as you'll find in the link in the bio of our Patreon page that you can go there, make a donation, so we can bless the people that are coming in and dropping gems for you. And with that being said, to all our amazing Facebook guests out there, we'll be cutting this one short, but you most definitely want to see clock management. So make sure that you go to the Facebook page, log in, subscribe, so you can get the notification, so you'll be able to hear Mr. Donovan Boyd talk about clock management with the second book that we're about to go over. So see you later, Facebook team.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Larry. Hey, man, we have a great guest sitting in with us. Our guest this week is Mr. Donovan Boyd Sr. He's an author, real estate entrepreneur, and one of the foremost marketing coaches anywhere in the great state of Texas, especially here in the city of Houston. I want to thank you, Mr. Boyd, for sitting in with us this week.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm having a great time.
Hey, man, look, man.
You dropping gems in there. That's the thing.
Endless game.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about the second book that we're talking about, this clock management for real estate entrepreneurs, professionals, and how to best allocate your time and spend more time with your family. Now, of course, we all would love to be able to maximize our time efficiency.
Correct.
Spend more time with our family. But what is it in your career as an entrepreneur and businessman have you found to be some best practices that you put in this book to help people allocate their time better and make more of efficient use of that time?
So if I can speak to the audience in regards to, say, real estate, or people that's trying to get into, say, for example, real estate, or if we're talking to an agent or anything like that, right? So the first thing is, just from a real estate standpoint or agent standpoint, you have to understand that this is a business, right? And you are a business and you are a brand, right? And if you approach it as such, then that will be one of the things that separates you from the pack, right? That will be one of the things that, can give you that competitive edge, right? And then so from a time management standpoint, this topic, or, this conversation is very important to me, because what I have different things going on in my life, and being able to juggle different things and family, so on and so forth, right? We all have those different challenges, right? About not having enough time in the day, enough hours in the day. So it's about managing the time, right? And when you start to manage the time and you put a value on your time, and you are understanding that your time is important, right? Then you can cut out a lot of BS, right? You cut out a lot of things that that take away from the things, whether it's your goals, whether, take away from the things that you're trying to do or the things that you're trying to accomplish, right? I don't have time for that, right? I don't have time to play around. My time is money, right? Or my time is valuable. But our time is, everybody's time has a different value. Right. So one of the biggest things that I look at is it's something simple, right? But just can you plan out your day? Right. Yep. And if you can plan a day out, you can plan 2 days, right? Eventually, you should be able to plan 3 days, right? But if you can really plan a day, right? And I'm talking about taking the opportunity to sit down, say Sunday evening, and I'm going to plan out my week, right? Before you can plan out a week, all right, I'm going to plan out Monday. Right. And that's from every single hour on the hour. Can you do it for a whole day?
Oh, yeah.
And if you hold yourself accountable to it, you'll be able to get that much more stuff accountable. And I'm talking about from the waking up, working out, praying, calls, social media time, everything. If you can plan it all out, you can be that much more effective.
It's funny, man, because Larry and I both have read books from really successful marketers, entrepreneurs, and business people. And one of the things that they say a lot in the books, and Larry can attest to this, is that they say those that are most successful wake up the earliest. So that's where you see people wake up at 4:45, 4:30, 5 in the morning. And that was one of the toughest transitions for me personally, was the waking up early. So for you, Donovan, what was one of the toughest transitions you had to make to take your entrepreneurship and take your scheduling to that next level? Because for me, the early mornings was the thing for me.
I think that the hardest thing for me was weeding out individuals or things that did not contribute to my success.
Facts. Good.
And with me being a father and a husband, right, I have a lot of things that I'm responsible for, people that I'm responsible for. So that time is important, right? So I need to be able to get up and get the things that I need to get accomplished, but still be a father, and so that they can get the things that they need to be accomplished, whether it's school, getting to school on time. You know, I have a daughter with a heart condition, right? So a lot of medicine taken and doctor visits and so on and so forth. So I don't have time to play around, but at the same time, I can't not allow those things to keep me from being able to work or keeping me from being able to do things effectively. So that's why the time management piece is so important, is because my time is invaluable. It's important.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because there are so many people who organization is their number one New Year's resolution.
Right.
Either it's I'm going to exercise or I'm going to get organized.
Correct.
And those things from just a habitual standpoint can be so tough to counteract or switch up because it's a habit for them. You've been doing it over and over and over. So,
and with that being said, it's crazy because, like, really, honestly, as an adult, a professional, whatever that looks like, your time becomes important after you kind of finish your collegiate career, right? Or after you find what you're going to be doing. Because when you get to thinking about time, I wouldn't want to waste my time in doing any of those things. And those things, you got family, you got so many things that you can find ways to monetize your time. And so that was one of the things that was when I got into real estate at such a young age. Although I was swamped in real estate all the time because I was doing a million different things. If I knew how to plan out my day, I can just imagine how I could have took that with 80-20 rule that they say. They say 80% of the 20% of the things you're going to do is going to be the things making you money, and the 80% of the things that you're doing is things that have to be done or they're busy work, right? So you've got to find a way to structure your time. Your time is important when invaluable.
And I want to make sure, Donovan, we give everyone in the audience an opportunity to interact with you on social media and also to purchase both of these books that you've authored and we've talked about today. So could you please share with our audience your website, how they could go about getting each of your books, and how they can follow you on social media?
So both of my books are available on my website, which is marketingismysport.com. Outside of that, they're on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, wherever you purchase your books or your literary findings. On social media, I'm pretty much everywhere as I am Donovan Boyd. That's on Instagram and Facebook. But once again, like I said, my website is marketingismysport.com. And so you can get clock management, a parent's guide to managing family and business, or you can get the brand playbook, the ultimate game plan for building your business, on my website, or you can get them online, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Nook, Kindle, iTunes, wherever you.
Absolutely. I mean, I urge everyone in our audience to take advantage of the opportunity to gain this insight from this gentleman who has been so forthright and transparent enough that he's willing to give you the luxury of his expertise in a book form. So I urge everyone to take advantage of that. Mr. Larry Brooks.
Yes, sir.
What we got going this weekend in the world of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm that we want to share with the audience, sir?
That's a good question. I don't know.
We got a lot going, brother.
Yeah, we got a whole calendar of stuff. If you take a look at my IG page at Texas Real Estate King, I'll post a flyer, but it's a lot of events going on. You know, we got great weather in the city this week, so open houses and things like that, we'll be hosting those.
Something I've been getting a lot of positive feedback about is the study group.
Oh, yeah.
That we've been hosting over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, Training and Learning Center. Would you mind sharing a little bit of that?
Yeah, we have one coming up. I'm not sure exactly the date, but it's really like a study house. So for those of you that have started the process of getting your license and you trying to get to the next level of actually passing and actually getting and actually being out in the field with your license, we've started a study house. So you don't have to be a Brooks and Davis realtor to take part in that study house. So if you can, in my bio, I'll also place a link, or if you go to LarryWBrooks.com, you'll see a link where you can actually join the study house or even join our affiliate program where we kind of just give you insight on the real estate industry on a consistent basis.
And, that is one of the things that we've rolled out for 2021 that I really would urge everyone to take advantage of. If you are currently studying for your real estate licensing exam, if you've taken your real estate licensing exam and want to retake it, or if you're thinking about signing up for being educated to take a real estate licensing exam, take advantage of this opportunity. Stop by the Brooks and Davis real estate firm over at 2600 South Loop West.
That's right, Suite 13.
Suite 13, come on, and hang out with us, man. I think you'll be more than satisfied with what you gained from that opportunity. So I want to thank everybody for holding it down with me this week, man. On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. Remember, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential commercial real estate, go to brooksanddavis.com. And if that doesn't help you out enough, please do not be shy. Reach out to us via DM, text, or inbox. I want to thank everyone for checking us out. We'll see you next Thursday, and be blessed.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC is marketing a property for sale right now that you can buy. These properties range from land lots for under $20,000 to move-in ready homes $500,000 and more, along with everything in between. To see this week's list of properties for sale you can buy now, go to bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. That's bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. If you plan on selling some real estate and you need it on the weekly list, call 713-665-8329 to speak with someone about it.